I like your earrings.
Thank you. They're
It makes me note. Mhm. Are
they're
they leaves?
leaves, yeah.
Very
Maple
pretty.
leaves? Are they maple leaves?
No, they're not maple leaves.
Do you know what a maple leaf looks like?
By the way, yes, you must hate the name Holly because you are the grammar police, the Toronto Maple Leafs, which because it's Leafs. That must drive you nuts.
I hadn't thought about it until just now.
Why is it the leaves?
That's don't. You're
Okay.
ruining it for me.
And also, yeah, Kat, aren't you? You probably have a lot in common because you're both. You've got a what'd you major in, or you actually got a master's degree, right?
I got a bachelor's degree at age 45 in English literature and American literature. And I had abandoned my BA long ago in my early 20s and went into all kinds of crazy things like art therapy and shiatsu and yoga, teaching yoga. And I finally returned to school when I was 40 and finished it up. And I enjoyed it so much more later on in life,
I,
studying.
I if that's the case because you make a conscious decision, except as opposed to when you're young, most of us just assume we're going to go on to university when we leave high school.
Right.
We don't know what we're doing. Most of us. So you make a conscious decision at a later age to get an education, and that's admirable. And I think you enjoy it. Probably
Absolutely.
enjoy it more.
I love
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I loved it very much. I was the keener in the class. I was always raising my hand and
You're that girl.
I was that annoying girl. Yeah. It was me and a bunch of 19-year-olds.
I was about to say that I think that's a lot of people probably feel like I don't want to be that person. But I would imagine, even though you're raising on your hand, you were
Yeah,
almost invisible at times because the kids are more focused on themselves.
absolutely. And
And like,
they're on their iPhones all the time, I
yeah,
found.
yeah, and no one's looking at, oh, why is this woman here? What is she doing?
Right.
And how
They
do you,
don't care.
when you're going back at that age, how did you decide? Did you just have a passion for literature, or how did you decide what you wanted to? Because the whole world, the world is your oyster.
It's a really good question. I moved to Boston when I was 39, sort of on a whim. And the only way that I could stay in the US legally was to either marry an American or go back to school. So I hadn't met any American to marry at that point. And I enrolled, at Boston University. They accepted me, which was incredible. And
Yeah.
that's how it all started. Yeah.
And you love Boston. Did you decide you wanted the city before the school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I had been there in my early 20s as well. So and my brother and his wife and his nephew were living there at the time. So I had a bit of family there as well. So it was a familiar place for me.